Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to JGS. You know, I've been wanting to make this video for a little bit now, just haven't really thought about it until a few days ago. I have like, maybe I should make this video. Maybe I should probably talk about this since I have done this in a long time. And yeah, as you guys can see from the title of the video and the thumbnail, this project was in development since 2020, and you guys don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to explain it to you guys what it is. If one of my old viewers, do you remember back then when I started doing YouTube and I was starting the vlog back in March of 2019, March 4th of 2019. That's when I started officially documenting about my life. And I don't know if y'all remember, you guys used to call me Joey Do before, and you know, Joey Do was a name that I named for myself. Back then I used to call myself Spire Do before, so I did a little bit of vlogging back then, but way before I called the newest channel called Joey Do's Vlogs or Joey Do 2004 or something like that. It was somewhere, I forgot what, like, how things were back then, but yeah. And then ever since I quit YouTube, even though, but let me tell you guys this, back in 2020 when I quit YouTube, I was into character at the time. When I used to do these live streams, I did this live stream talking about an old enemy of mine that I used to know when I was in preschool, in which I was playing a character. For some reason, I don't know why. What was I thinking back then? It's kind of pretty much how the whole drama started back then. And I have some of the people told me, like, you need to stop doing this, stop doing this, stop doing this, stop doing this, and then even started talking about other YouTubers like that this is really dumb of me. So ever since I quit YouTube, you know, at the time I was doing my own comic books. I started to, you know, do all that stuff. Since I was doing that back then, I thought about making a story, kind of like a graphic novel story or just a chapter book story, which, you know, I'm not myself a big fan of chapter books, like reading like through just words, kind of boring like that. That's why I'm more for comic books or graphic novels. A lot more better to see what you're imagining. So this project was in development since 2020, but I have kept re-scratching it because I kept thinking deeper what the story should be and how the character became the way who he is. Joey Do is a fictional character. I made him as a character. He used to be me before because I used to be that character, but I now actually made him as a character instead of being what people used to call me. So back then, I thought about just making a story about his life and having his old friends that he used to have. Back then, I wanted to make like an inspiration about my life. So I pull all the way through from back then when I was young, and then all the way through 2020, where everything just ended there, and the main villain dies at the end, and how Joey Do starts very young and all the way through his teenage years, and then when he started high school. That was the first project I thought about. And Ethan, the main villain, was going to be the main villain of the story for Joey Dude. And Joey Dude is a character's name I was already thought about like having him name as. I didn't thought about other names for like a superhero name, even though this wasn't supposed to be a superhero type story. It was gonna be a drama story. That's why it used to call Joey Dudes or Joseph or whatever I called it back then. It was Joey Dudes drama life or whatever. And back then, I made like 12 scripts back in 2020 and then 2021. I made like 1 part, 2 part, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I actually made all 12. It was so impressive because ever since we've been at home, that's all I've been doing is writing these scripts for future projects, for all those 12 projects that I've already done. So there were already 12 projects development, but by the same character, by the same story, continuing on. But I really thought about giving him powers in this universe that I did for him, and even for the main villain, for Joey Dude. His powers were gonna be like electrical powers. He was gonna wear like a type of jeans looking jacket with an eagle on it. So I thought about like, maybe I can do that and have his powers to be like an eagle's power or electrical power, where he just snapped his fingers, he becomes the hero. So I thought about that later in the 6th or 5th of the script of the story for the series. And basically the whole story started as when he was young in preschool, and then all the way through high school, just when everything just ended. But by that time, Ethan's been mostly the main villain every single story, except for a few, because he's been gone. So that was all that. And then at the end of the 12th story, the main villain dies. He got rid of the powers that he had. Joey Dude just ripped the shit out of his body. It was a purple demon that was his powers of. And so yeah. And I've been working on this. I was working on this bit back in 2020. Ever since I quit YouTube, that's all I've been doing. I've been doing that, and also continue with my comic books I was making. Like, they were just a hobby thing I did. Obviously now they're becoming live, since I'm back into doing that. And I'm very that's my passion, because I love stories. I love action stories, drama stories, could be even love stories. I'm kind of into love stories too, because I like romantic stuff. And yeah, there's obviously romantic stuff into the story. Even Jody finds a girlfriend for himself that he's been having a crush on for plenty of years, and they started dating when they were like in 7th or 8th grade. But yeah, that's the whole thing. That was my first projects I've done. I've done all 12 of them, but they were like the same series, so I've done a lot from that one universe I did. But I completely scratched that and start all over and thought about something else that I could do. Changed up the story a little bit, and that's what I did. I changed up the story. I don't remember the last time I've started going back into the same story. I don't remember. But this time I have thought about doing something different with the story and with the character and everything. I think this was back in 2023 or somewhere. But I thought about this project for years. It's been 5 years since I started doing this type of project. And yeah. And then I think, okay, by that time when I was done with the whole series that I've done, like all 12 of the scripts and the story, I started making the actual book. Like I started drawing and drawing, but I don't think I actually finished it because I remember back then when I was working on with my other stuff that I was doing back then, back in 2021. I was working on the other few comic books I was working on for my other characters, part of the JGS Comics universe. Excuse me. I think I stopped that after that, and I don't remember. It's been a long time since I remember doing these type of projects and all that. And after that, I did scrapped it and start over, and I move on to the next thing. Like what should I even what this whole story should be really about? Like how should the story begun and how Joey Dude and Ethan became enemies in the begin with, like how like what's been happening with them and all that stuff, and why is he like what happened with him too. I never really thought about like in the beginning when I started to make these type of things, because back then when I was young, me and him, we don't I don't think we got along with each other. I mostly remember things back then, like like I had this old friend of mine that I knew for a little bit at my old preschool, and then I don't remember what happened after that, but I do remember the time that me and my best friend that we were playing this Iron Man figure that we got from Burger King back then. It was back in 2010. Burger King had like a Iron Man 2 shit, and they were doing like, they had this toy where you can just build Iron Man like pretty quickly. It was quite easy to build. We both had one. We were playing with it with each other, and Ethan shows up and just break it and just making fun of us, I guess. That's how I remember, and that's how the whole thing really started. But that's why back in 2020 I'm like, maybe I should probably get myself into this, and after I quit YouTube, I just thought about making a story. And that's how I started. So then I changed up the story a little bit, and I thought about like having Joey Dude starting just in high school, just how they became enemies and all that stuff, and how they get their powers from. And with Joey Dudes, I never really thought about what type of powers that he has and how he got them and where they can get them from. And then back in 2023, when I started making this the same universe but quite the opposite, so my project, I changed up the name with how, like, instead of calling Joey Dude's Drama Life, I called this Till the Bitter Ends. And the reason I called that is because it sounded like a perfect name for a story like that. I even have this jacket that I actually have, and it matches with the character, so let me show you guys that really quick. Some of you guys may have seen this from my Instagram, because I like to wear it and I have pictures of them. I can just pull them up right now to show you guys. And so yeah, here is the jacket. And where you can, let me flip this real quick. Let me see if I point it right. Okay. And you guys see right here, it says Till the Bitter End. And so yeah, this is the whole reason that, like, the eagle got me the idea of of a power for Joey dude, or I should just call him Thunderwing. Well, actually, I didn't thought about that until I scrapped this project and then moving on to the next. But what was I saying? Oh crap. So I started making this the next project for Joey. Instead of calling Joey Dude's Drama Live, I called it Till the Better Ends. And it's a perfect title for it. And I kept that as a title for the next other projects that I've done. I actually made like a few, I think 6 scripts I made for the Till the Better Ends series. But for the first one, it's just called Till the Better Ends. But the second one, called Till the Better Ends Revision, I remember back then making that script. But for the first graphic novel I made, was gonna be a graphic novel, but I just scrapped this one. I was gonna put Ethan in this one, which he was in the story. So let me tell you guys about this one really quick. So it pretty much started at the beginning when he was this young, as it's supposed to be. I thought about, like, what if that Joey and Ethan became friends before, but then Joey did something to betray him. This was really hard to think because I didn't know what the story should be about and how they had a friendship before, and then Joey broke the friendship because he did something to betray him. And I remember back then, what I do remember is because that his other best friend that he had came to school one day. I think it was his first day that he came into class, and his name is Josh. That's Joey's best friend. And I guess Ethan got really jealous about it, and Joey just pretty much like, forget him, forget Ethan. He's no longer my friend. So Ethan got jealous, and he wanted, Ethan actually wanted to kill Josh. He wanted to kill him. In the story, I don't think I put that in the story or not, but that's what I think that's what happened when I was writing the script. But I can't remember back then. But that's pretty much how the whole story started. Is that he was jealous, he wanted to get revenge, he even wanted to kill Joey also. And let's get to the part where Joey get the powers from. But what I remember when I was writing the script, there was a part where they go to a science lab that they have in Arizona. It's take place in the same state, Arizona, where I live today. They were on the field trip, and Joey found like a lab where there's all powers and all chemical serums. So he took a serum, he drank one, and he didn't feel anything until later at night when he was sleeping. So I thought about, what if Joey has powers of an eagle? Just like what I have right here. Like, what if, like, he wears his jacket, and this is how he started to wear it. Like, what if he has the powers of an eagle? He has wings on his back. Of course, he has no beak, so he's not going to turn into an actual eagle. But he has the powers of an eagle. And electrical powers, where he can just snap and has the wings out and everything, and cool shit like that. And how he was, pretty much what happened was he was having a dream. He was dreaming about like what the whole situation will happen with his girlfriend that he has, which her name is Jenna. Like in the final battle, it will be taking place a few days or a week for the whole thing to happen, or a month. Well, I don't remember how long, like how many months later it would be in the story. I don't remember when I was writing it. But he was dreaming about like what will happen. He had a vision. He had a dream, like something will happen, and that's how he got the powers. Because there's a good reason that he has it, because something bad was gonna happen to. It's gonna take place in the school's gym, and Ethan, and how he got his powers from was from a book that he found from many years ago. Millions of years ago, the Eagles and the demons, they had like a whole battle with each other, and he found a book, and there was a demon that came out of it, and his powers were that he should have like an ultimate powers that he had. That was a demon. And I'm not saying just a demon, but he has like a demon powers where he can just turn people, into his henchmen if he wants to. And then if he loses his powers, he dies. And that's what happened in the story. He loses his powers. If he loses his powers, he's dead. Completely dead. That's what will happen in the story. And after all of that, and then right to the final battle, they fight. And then Joey won. Ethan's dead. And Joey definitely regrets it a lot, because he had no choice to kill him off, because he can't have him having these powers and just end up conquering the whole world. So pretty much that's what the whole story is. But before I tell you guys like the final part, I mean not the final part, this project that will be coming soon, I'll tell you guys in a sec. So I made like other few projects that were in the same universe, and I kept going, and I think I made 6 of the projects, and I already had a plan for them, and it was gonna be a cool thing that I was gonna do, but I actually scrapped that out back in 2024. That's when, at the time that I started college and all that, and I just pretty much stopped after that. I don't know why, but the story didn't pull out as much. So that's why I completely scrapped the projects, and just, maybe I just gotta think deeper for the series to, to continue. Like, so I completely scrapped it, but now let's get to the part where this is gonna be really awesome. So ever since I started getting back with the things I used to do, even though I was thinking about doing like a drama series, graphic novels, calling it JGS drama, because I'm kind of into drama a little bit, and I like seeing movies that are drama and all that stuff. I like darkest stories. I think they're really interesting, and that's what I'm kind of into. And then so like ever since I got back doing this, making graphic novels now, since I'm already done with the first one, but I gotta fix that one actually. And since I'm now doing the second one, I kept thinking that I should probably put Joey Dude into the JGS Comics universe, and him becoming like a superhero. So he's finally into the universe, of course. But now this time the story will be more ultimate than others, and I'm actually gonna have a writer to write the story. Instead of me doing it, I'm gonna have the writer do it, because I'm still thinking what the whole story should be about. I'm not gonna spoil this for you guys, because I want you guys to be surprised and all that. And the reason that I'm doing this, you guys, because This character has me attached for years. Ever since I started YouTube. I always been thinking about like, what should I call for my YouTube channel? Joey Dude. Joey Dude's Vlogs. And that name's been stuck to me for a while when I was doing YouTube at the time, and ever since I quit, all I can think about is maybe I can put him as a character. You know, as much as people didn't like how I was back then, you know, I'm a completely different person. I stopped talking about drama stuff. I stopped talking about the people in my life that I even thought about. Like, it's a good thing that I quit YouTube for a few years, and because I dealt with a lot. I dealt with a lot of stuff back then. Just when I was in a relationship at the time. It was a good thing I never recorded it. If I did, if I was still doing YouTube, which I missed a lot doing, because YouTube has always been my passion that I want to do. Because I just love it so much. It's so great. You can do what the hell you want, just as long that YouTube don't take anything down, like something inappropriate. But shit happens, I guess. But yeah, this character has been stuck to me for a while, and thought about making a story for him and adding these characters. Like, my old enemies are gonna be in the stories, of course, from the first one and then all the way through the end. I don't know how many stories I will make for Thunderwing, which, yes, Thunderwing is the name for Joey Dude, which I'm just gonna call him just Joey, which that's been the name for him for a while. But yeah, that's his superhero name. Without calling him Joey Dude or anything, Thunderwing is the name that I thought about for him. It's like one of the best names I have ever thought about, and boom, it definitely fits the character. But I don't know when am I gonna start getting this project going. It will take me, I think, probably 2 years for me to get to that far, because since I'm releasing the origin story of Isaac next year, and then releasing the Lightning Speed Kid next year, and then releasing the new project after this one, The Greatest Giant Man. And yeah, you guys, I actually released it, the title, the new look for The Greatest Giant Man. I posted it through my Instagram. Just go ahead and check it out if you guys can do that. I would appreciate it. And so yeah, you guys, that's gonna be it for this video tonight. And the reason I'm posting this right now, I'm gonna post this right tomorrow, even though I'm off tomorrow. Normally I would do this on my day off, but I just got back from work. And the reason I'm doing this is because I thought about a video I should do and post it this week. And yeah, but let me tell you guys what this next video is gonna be. So I'm thinking about doing like a future 5 years from now video, which I have seen people done it. Even Mr. Beast did it. I want to do the same exact thing. I want to record myself, and then in 5 years in 5 years seeing my old video and my past self talking to me, telling me like, hopefully you did this and did that, and hopefully you did good, hopefully you're still doing YouTube, and how many graphic novels have you made throughout the years. And yeah, and that's what I want to be doing for the next for Thursday. So I'll be filming that tomorrow night and then posted it on what day? The 19th. So it'll be posted on the same day. It'll be, I'll start recording at 12 a.m. and then start posting it in the morning on that same day, and then boom, and then it'll be there. and then I gotta wait for 5 years just to rewatch it and hear my past self talking. And like, wow. So yeah, that's the video I'll be posting, and this will be posted tomorrow, with just what you guys are going to be seeing once you guys watch this. So yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys to hear me out with all this, and yeah, like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you can. I'll see you guys when I post that video on Thursday. So yeah, you guys have a good night. Goodbye.